Yeah, that's the World Championship. They dominated.
Well, but not in all of 2018. Now, Boomy and Remy dominated all of 2018.
They ended the year dominating.
That's true. That's true. But I wouldn't say they dominated the entire year. And actually, SimpLe switched off of the Brynn onto the Ragnar. Of course, the Aggz0 Bodvar, exactly like you said. But VipR is coming in with the Koji pick. He has a level 68 Koji, too. I didn't remember that as much.
I'm so curious because VipR's Ragnar is so incredible. We were watching all the different setups that he had with the signatures, depending on like what Silent Nair mix-ups that he wanted to do. But he's bringing out the Koji, and I can only imagine that he has a plan specifically for Blue and SimpLe because they are the team to beat, right? Like people, there's so much video evidence of their ability and their skill from Winter Championships because they made that run all the way to Grand Finals. So they were able to be. If you wanted to, you could study how they play a lot, and you could have things prepared for, like, okay, if they're going to play such an Aggz-heavy playstyle, because sure, he switched from Brynn to Ragnar, it's still Aggz and Aggz.
Yes.
Koji, with the bow and the sword, may have the tools to be able to get in and really punish this team composition. We're going to find out here as game number 1 opens up, and Aggz is still sticking to the Bodvar, opening with a nice little 1-2 punch from the Neutralite. VipR keeping SimpLe off the side of the stage, already finding a bunch of stairs and forcing SimpLe to recover underneath that island, but the D-Light down air. Ooh, and the stop from Aggz to be able to follow up. SimpLe taking a lot of chip damage from the very start. Oh, Aggz0's got to be careful with the recovery. Can he make it back? SimpLe fighting the down airs, and Aggz0 has the jumps to make it back. Very good at being able to hold on to those. It's always scary because sometimes you just don't notice from a spectator standpoint whether the recovery has been hit out of the down air.
Now, one thing I like there is VipR came in for the relief, and rather than trying to actually hit a move onto Aggz0, putting them possibly stacked with one another where they can both get hit by like a big Axe down air or a ground pound or something like that on the edge, VipR relieved the pressure by attacking the red team member because he knew that Aggz0 had enough jumps to get back on his own. So that's a great dissecting the situation, picking the smartest and safest option.
First KO goes over to Aggz0 and VipR. And they were able to take out SimpLe relatively early. So much of that fighting was over on the island. Recovery comes up and gets hit by this SimpLe's dive kick, and SimpLe off the side of the stage. Oh, VipR sent off the side of the stage. Manages to recover the down sig, not positioned to be off the stage, and the ground pound actually puts him in a position for Aggz0 to be able to find down airs. Falling Stare from Blue will actually KO Aggz0, even though he hits the island in a double knockout as he just stares in either direction. He's able to find 2 KOs, and now Red Team is in the lead by a stock, and SimpLe is not taking too much damage, and the hurt is going on to Aggz0. Blue looking for more of the side stick hits. Weapon toss. Does Aggz0 have the jumps? He does. Holds on that recovery, and SimpLe's looking for a second side stick to be able to put even more damage on the Aggz0. Aggz0 went from respawn to orange so quickly, and VipR now trying to make up that damage, but unarmed, can't find the weapon. Is SimpLe and Blue doing such a great job of being able to weapon starve.
And Blue has taken next to no damage since the blue team was fully wiped. Almost gets the cider there, sending VipR on stage, but he goes back immediately to the main platform. Seems stuck over there on the island. SimpLe coming in with the recovery. Meanwhile, Aggz0 putting out some work onto Blue, switching targets, moving over to SimpLe, hits the stomp side air. He's possibly looking for something else, maybe a stomp over the corner to pick up an early kill onto SimpLe. That could be huge on the edge, and he could kill at that point, that late into orange on the edge.
Oh, and VipR being able to hit Blue as Blue is going for the edge guard to Aggz0. Aggz0 still managing to live with the weapon toss. Probably is going to do it. No, VipR with the save. The neutral air perfectly placed brings Aggz0 back onto the stage, and now Stock's dead even. SimpLe close to being able to lose that one. Blue takes out Aggz0. Can VipR take out SimpLe in time to be able to even things up? VipR fighting off both Blue and SimpLe at the same time.
He's going back and forth between these two, trying to find the neutral signature on the edge that did expend his dodge, but no big rotations from the red team. Looks like they're putting a lot of pressure onto Aggz0 right now. Sidelight Nair, Sair, big damage. Aggz0 switching onto Blue, almost taking him off the top. SimpLe off screen, recovering safely back to the platform. They're not finding the KOs.
Blue and SimpLe are still holding on to their second stock, and SimpLe putting up that side stick unpunished, is showing just how confident they are in this 2v2 situation. Falling there from VipR and SimpLe flying, but it's still not going to be able to do it, and Aggz0 is getting closer and closer to losing this last stock in game number 1 and giving the lead over to the reigning champs.
The blue team has to find at least 1, if not 2 kills to keep them in this game. Because like you said, Aggz0 has the possibility to take a ton of damage here. They find 1 kill. It's now Blue over around that island. Tries to go for the gravity cancel breakdance onto VipR. That actually could have led to the kill there. There's the weapon toss. They had Blue's dodge, but he responds with an unarmed recovery.
Aggz0 has to run. Team combos are a thing that Blue and SimpLe love to do, and they set up for it all the time, but manages to avoid having any of those situations set up for him, and they go on to SimpLe. Team combo setting up, and VipR actually getting the best of that trade with that neutral. It looked like Blue actually just got like lodged into the move as it was happening.
Even though it was unarmed, you don't have a ton of range with that. He was still able to pick up both members of the red team. Aggz0 and VipR still very much in this. If they're able to get this kill onto Blue, they would be almost even. There's the D-Light recovery, looking like they want to put a lot of pressure onto SimpLe in the sky, trying to juggle just a little bit with those sword nairs. As he gets back to the main platform, he chases Aggz0 onto the edge. Weapon toss going to the left. Aggz0 going all the way under. SimpLe chasing him, sticking to him like glue, even over to the island.
And Blue hitting with that neutral stick ends up taking out SimpLe. VipR got the turnaround. So Blue went for the neutral signature on Ragnar, hit both VipR and SimpLe up to the top of the stage. They both went flying, and VipR was able to get the recovery first. Took SimpLe off the top of the stage way earlier than he probably should have died, and now the 1v2 is in VipR and Aggz0's favor, and Blue is fighting for his life. Falling Stair connects, and the VipR. The team combo begins. Neutral lane to neutral lane. No, neutral
the eyes up.
Need to gravity cancel that one to be able to connect it. Probably wanted to finish, but it would have been a nice little bit of extra damage. We see the double two. The two sword players waiting for the wall slip to activate. Okay, there it is, and Blue manages to make it back on the stage. Nair hits. Falling Stair from Blue sends VipR flying down. Doesn't do it.
He gets the kill into Aggz0 with that.
Recovery.
Trying to find another one, but he doesn't actually connect with that recovery. That would have been a possible kill move.
This would be huge. Blue, with being able to take out Aggz0 with just a recovery, goes for the down, taking the neutral, stops the downer from VipR. VipR gets the Nair, but that's not going to do it. Doesn't disarm Blue. Blue holding onto the guitars, goes for a weapon toss, and no! The jumping Stair, dash jump. Blue manages to make it back. VipR recovers to the island knowing that he was in a risky position, and Blue picks up the axe. VipR finds the bow, and he just tosses it aside. Blue waiting patiently. The thing is that axe, you pick it for 2v2s. It loses that benefit and when you go into a 1v1 situation of being able to play off of your teammates' hits. Blue opting to stick with it, however. Neutral line connects. VipR picks up the sword. Weapon toss goes forward, and Blue sends VipR off stage. No, more weapon tosses. Will he bounce it off the island? No. VipR just taking hit after hit.
VipR is a little bit more unlucky with his weapon tosses than Blue is, though. He picks up that neutral light possibly could kill.
Can he make it back? He does.
He's able to get back. It's because of that island, hitting that island and bouncing off took away some of his momentum, keeping him from being forced into that blast zone. These weapon tosses coming out. Now Blue is the one disarmed.
Oh, he goes for the recovery and misses. VipR's now holding onto the bow. Blue's just looking for the center, hits him on the island again. VipR, as long as he has his back position to the island, is at an advantage. So many times Blue's found the hits. The gravity cancel down light and the recovery interrupts the side stick coming up from VipR, and Blue succeeds in the 1v2. Almost 800 damage. So all 6 KOs.
6 kills. Blue just went absolutely bonkers that game. SimpLe still putting out 400 damage. By the time the game is over, they put out over 1,200 damage from the red team, but Blue really putting a lot of the weight on his back there, shouldering that responsibility to not only do a tremendous amount of damage, but to find those kills as well. You're seeing the replay right here. That was so smart from Blue, expecting a grounded initiation, so he jumps right over it, gravity cancel so he can use a grounded move, does the downlight, finds the follow-up with the recovery for the kill.
I just find it so crazy that they both decided to commit a really punishable move at the same time.
Exact same time.
It's like that rock paper scissors moment, right? Because he was like, all right, I guess I'm slide sticking here. I'm just gonna do it. And the other guys, I guess I'm gravity cancel downlighting here. My dodge is gonna be gone. I'm just gonna do it, and it worked out in the end for Blue.
It wasn't even like it was a reaction, like, oh, he's going to do that side signature. I know how to punish it.
They just picked an option at the same time.
They committed at the exact same time.
So, unfortunate for the Blue team in the sense that, like, yes, that was a 2v1 that was lost.
Yes.
But amazing play coming out from Blue. And we're seeing that SimpLe was like, you know what? It didn't have to be as close as it was. Because he picked Ragnar, which we're just not used to seeing him on in 2 situations. He loves playing Brynn so much, at least in 2s, to complement Blue's play. He's now going to have the Brynn that we're used to seeing. Maybe that's going to make a huge difference, and I'm wondering if VipR, I mean, VipR did so well in the Koji, but we know VipR for being that Ragnar player. Will that change come in and really stick on the Koji in the game number 2? It's looking like the only legend swap is going to be SimpLe.
Now, one of the biggest things that I do want to point out for the Blue team is they had that, whatever you want to call it, a black hole or a huge team combo situation where they did 3 neutral lights.
Yeah, that's like that classic doesn't work anymore combo.
Yeah.
Because like, what, years ago when there wasn't DI out of same hit moves?
Yeah, that was the standard. It was just 2 sword players just mashing that button.
I was actually surprised they got it 3 times.
And they just... They kind of dropped the ball there. Yep. Now, it might not have absolutely led to the kill there, but man, they did kind of drop the ball by going for that, like, 2016, 2017 Brawlhalla 2v2 mindset.
Yeah, and Blue totally took advantage of it and was able to get the win.
And he kind of won because of that.
Yep. And now we're running it back to Twilight Grove, seeing if we can make a difference here. SimpLe has switched over to the Brynn, which we saw him do so well with in the previous best of 3. And VipR and Aggz0 sticking out to the Legends that they decided on. Aggz0 really getting bullied off stage, manages to make it back, and a nice little team combo onto Blue will put Blue into kill percent. They might be able to find the first KO once again. Blue team did take the lead last time. Blue gets sent to the island, that island doing so well. It's just like a savior tool. Sometimes it's a combo tool, but lately it's just been like, oh, yep, you were supposed to die here, didn't end up happening. Aggz0 losing the first stock. SimpLe going all the way to the left side of the stage, and Aggz0's looking for that recovery.
Oh!
Finds it, and the
what
ground
a
pound.
turnaround. SimpLe was on the edge. Aggz0 was posted up like he wanted to do the edge guard situation. So Blue comes in from behind. Aggz0 dips onto the wall, looking like he wants to continue the edge guard onto SimpLe. But then he just turns it around, just scoops up real quick because he's like, yeah, Blue's going to come in right on top of me. He's going to come in behind me, and it's going to be a 1v2, and I'm going to be in a bad situation. But nope, yoink, you're dead.
And now we see a really solid lead for Blue Team. VipR is barely damaged at all. He's finding more neutral light into Nair recovery. Ser bringing SimpLe from white to orange. And now off the side of the stage, was going for that early KO that we saw in earlier matches. The side stick VipR just barely surviving off that recovery. But he's no longer being focused on. They're just trying to put the hurt onto Aggz0. It's a different team strategy of being able to take out one opponent before the other. Aggz0 already deep into the orange and recognizing that, yeah, VipR's a little slippery, right? It might not be as easy to be able to get those finishes off him as Aggz0, where Aggz0's putting out those heavy signatures more often than VipR is. But it's still working out. So, oh, the side stick from VipR accidentally connecting with Aggz0. Charging that a little bit longer than he was expecting.
They do have a little bit of room to play with here. VipR hasn't died yet.
SimpLe's down to one stock.
Yeah, he's on his final stock here, and Blue might be right behind him. Of course, Aggz0 could be too. They're both in kill percent on their second stock. Aggz0's looking for that edge guard, this time straight onto Blue rather than reaching up with that recovery, reaching behind him. There's the dare, sending Blue really high into the sky.
And simplifying that recovery. VipR's now off the right side of the stage. Ooh, goes in for that down leg jumping Ser since Blue off the stage. And now Aggz0 trying to recover. VipR going for the ground pound, does not connect, and SimpLe manages to make it back. Ser from VipR still not going to KO. That island has saved Blue Team so many times. But Aggz0 loses that stock, and then Blue does too. VipR is on a rampage with this Koji in game number 2. Twilight Grove definitely working out in his favor.
VipR seeming almost unkillable at this point.
It's just what's weird is that if Aggz0 doesn't continue to win neutral like he's doing, Red Team could totally do it. Blue takes out VipR. Now Aggz0's in the 1v2. SimpLe and Blue have both have Aggz.
SimpLe is so damaged right now.
That's true.
We could easily see Blue in the 1v2 situation very quickly. There's neutral light coming out. Quick punish from VipR. It is just the unarmed kit, so not a ton of damage. You see the downside coming out from VipR.
Ooh.
Red Team, a little bit of a combo here. A couple, 2-3 hits.
SimpLe
Getting hit by multiple axes is very detrimental.
The down air hits
Beautiful
both.
Down air hitting both members of the Red Team. Blue now in that 1v2 situation. This time, he doesn't have the health to work with, and he doesn't have the stocks to work with, and the other team has both of those.
And even though
things.
it led to a ground pound KO, that was like probably the most brilliant thing that Blue could have done at the end, which is just kind of like, I'm in a 1v2, they have a lot of stocks, I gotta kill him right now. He went for the gravity cancel side sig in case it worked out in that read, like if Aggz0 just wasn't paying attention to get the KO. Didn't happen, so he got ground pounded for his troubles. Still, in my opinion, a really smart move, because sometimes, like, not sometimes, when you are in a position that looks unwinnable, you have to do those Hail Marys to be able to make it work. And unfortunately, Blue wasn't able to get to work, and Aggz0 and VipR were able to clean up what happened in the previous game. No character swaps coming out from either team.
There is a stage swap,
though.
Oh
my, Blue just opened up the fully charged neutral sig, and he walked up to it and got... That's amazing. That is a mix-up to file mix-ups. I can't believe this. Because sometimes, like, so what we don't talk about a lot, but the first thing that happens in any Brawlhalla match is everybody's unarmed. So you're fighting for the first weapon spawns, right? So you could do weird things to punish people going for the first weapon spawns, and I guess that's one of them, right? Is charge and neutral sig.
If you're expecting your opponent to just continue engaging on you on the ground or even just a little bit up in the air, that is an option to catch them off guard. VipR and Blue dangerously off stage. VipR might fall here. SimpLe might fall here. That ground pound coming in, that ground pound would have hit and it would have killed SimpLe.
So that was good.
That was a good trade for Blue because he's at least able to take out VipR's stock.
Ooh, Aggz0 getting hit by the recovery and down air. Blue decides to go back, noticing that, or realizing that Aggz0 was going to be able to make it back no matter how many axe down airs he was going to try to go for. Silent Nair into recovery. Only it's SimpLe's recovery that changes that. And the neutral sig gravity cancel just barely by Blue. Connects on the VipR. And Aggz0 is dangerously close to losing that stock, and he goes for the dodge. Oh! The dodge forced Aggz0 to weave back and forth. He had to recover up in the ground pound at such a priority. Oh, he went for the fully charged neutral sig again. That's terrifying. That's that new option of Blue's arsenal that's working out so well. Down sig charge just a little bit. Goes for the gravity cancel, neutral sig does not connect, and Aggz0 off stage again, not working out for him. Just takes some damage for his trouble on this final stock so quickly. I think he dropped 2 stocks in a minute.
Yeah,
Right
Aggz0 took
there.
a lot of punishment, ended up taking kill moves very early on into this game. There's another recovery coming out from Blue, able to take that stock. It is 2 stocks to 5. Blue still unkilled, hitting recoveries left and right, hitting multiple axe moves, continuing it. You're going to see SimpLe fall out, not finish that downlight side air combo, but you see the kill coming out from Aggz0. They're finally taking out Blue, but he is in the red on his final stock. Possible winner's bracket stock here for Aggz0. Actually, it is because they're tied in this best of 3.
Yeah, and VipR being stuck by that side stick is taking so much more damage now. Blue looking for these nairs just to be able to tag on a little bit more, recognizing that he is on a fresh second stock. He can do so much more. Like, it's not even close to being in a position that he was last time where that 1v2 is possible. SimpLe getting that snare and trying to go with the weapon toss combo, and they're all on the left side of the stage. Weapon toss goes high, forcing Aggz0 to recover high, and VipR and SimpLe just fighting off the bottom of the stage. VipR can't make it back, and Aggz0 now soon to follow. Manages to touch us barely, but this is, by all means, completely undoable. That gravity cancel down sig to be able to end it. That's not how I was expecting to happen. I was like, Aggz0 was like in the red on the last stock, and there's 3 stocks in the opponent team.
Now, we did see
Blue and
2
SimpLe,
accidents
incredible.
coming out from Blue that game, but I think both of them were just literally worse.